I think having conferences like the Rio+20 is very important because it gives, everyone's come together for the same goal and to make the world a better place and make it sustainable. But getting different points of view from different leaders, different countries will help create a better understanding on how to do this.
It's a problem that affects all of us, so it's important that the world leaders get together and talk about these global issues that are going to be affecting all of us.
Questacon is Australia's national science and technology centre, based in Canberra, the Australian national capital. Questacon is uniquely situated close to the Australian Parliament in a capital city that hosts over 100 embassies and high commissions. Canberra is also a hub for academia and research. The Australian National University, the University of Canberra, and Australia's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation are all located in Canberra. The city also hosts government agencies coordinating the Australian government's presence at the Rio+20 United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development. The United Nations Information Centre for Australia, New Zealand and the South Pacific is also located in Canberra. In such a location, the Questacon Science Centre is uniquely placed to host conversations across boundaries, bringing people together to discuss issues of global importance and to develop new ideas for communicating science.
Questacon's part of a growing world community of science centres, and science centres now exist in most countries irrespective of race, religion, politics, economy, and it's a growing community focusing on young people and families and teachers, and as such we've got a very special role to play in communicating and engaging people with some of these issues of science.
In the lead up to Rio+20, Questacon hosted a special evening for over 350 diplomatic personnel and their families. The evening was themed around sustainability and highlighted 2012 as the United Nations International Year of Sustainable Energy for All. Guests were invited to add their voice to the Future We Want campaign at Rio+20.
Well, I'd like to see there would be less pollution.
I'd like to see people helping the poor, like in Africa.
You could use solar power for electricity things because electricity uses oil.
I don't want to see any big cities with all stinky cars and everything because it's just going to increase climate change.
We picked the theme, The Future We Want, because it applied to everyone. We wanted to cover with the theme the fact that this is something that the world is involved in, and every one of us on the planet needs to be engaged.
I think the Rio Summit hangs on leadership. So we know there is an urgent need for action. We know an awful lot of the actions, and we know that many of them would be beneficial for the economy and for social conditions today, but also avoid catastrophe in the future.
We need to look at the gaps and the progress that's been made since the last conference 10 years ago and even 20 years ago when the first Rio conference was held. We also need to look at the challenges that are facing us, the new challenges that have come up. We need to look at answers for those challenges.
So we know these many things. What we need more than anything at Rio is the leadership of nations to show through and actually make some progress on these issues where we know what to do.
Ultimately though, what we want to do is address the aspirations of the people of the world and in terms of what future they want, and we want the conference to define that for them.
The most important thing that science is telling us is that humanity is now a force on the planet of the same scale as geological forces. And that means the future of the planet is in our hands, and it's us who've got to decide how we look after it.
Science centres are a wonderful place, and if you come to any science centre you'll see obviously a host of children, but you also see parents, grandparents, all coming in the doors and all having a great time.
The young people who are going through our science centres now, they're going to grow up in a changing world, and they're going to be the problem solvers. It's a time of great hope. I mean, it's a fantastic time to be alive on planet Earth. We know that there are challenges, but we've got some fabulous solutions coming through and some fabulous young people who are really getting connected together and starting to live as a really a global community. And I think the future of the planet is in great hands with our young people.
I like science centres because it gives everyday people a chance to come and learn about things that they might not know about. You hear things like, climate change and global warming, all this stuff. You just hear the terms, but it gives them a chance to understand it in a way that they can really explain to their kids and maybe inspire younger kids or young students to change the world the way we think and give them some ideas.
In the future, we might see other ways to produce energy other than coal, and we might use salt water instead of petrol for cars, and yeah.
And it also stop people from putting rubbish on the ground, and you put more recycling bins out. Everyone is now trying to make the world a better place, and well, by the way it's going to go pretty well. It will take some time.
I've made a little saltwater car.
You made a car that runs on salt water?
Little one.
What do you call it?
Saltwater car.